People of Earth, good evening. Today is Monday, 21st of October, 2024. In this week's edition, we are having news from the hybrid ships withheld by the former Nebu Grays somewhere. And we will also follow the updates from the negotiations with the Arek. In the Stillfire cluster, negotiations conducted by Prince Ea, the Galactic Federation of Worlds envoys, and also envoys from the Intergalactic Confederation. Let's see how this goes. I am pleased to welcome you to this 51st edition of Star Nation News. So fasten your seatbelts and engage! Here are good news from High Commander Thor Han Eredion, my contact in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, about the finding of ships, gray Nebu ships that were hidden. These ships have on board a great amount of human gray hybrids. The Greys were holding these hybrids for a planned invasion of Earth. You know the whole we are us from the future, we are you from the future, the recurrent lie perpetrated by the Greys everywhere they go. That was the plan. But of course, the operation aborted because the Nebu hive was neutralized. The Queen was dismantled in 2021. And so all the Greys were disconnected. So let's see what happens. These hybrid ships, as I may remind you, were held in secret in a parallel dimension somewhere where they couldn't be found. Recently, about a month ago, I had this information, about 2 weeks ago, a Keely Tokert trader contacted someone in the Galactic Federation of Worlds in a faraway deep space station and gave away the location of these ships. Because, you know, the Keely Tokert, they're traders. They are not involved with any political movement anymore, political organizations. They are traders. They have had their content with the Nebu. So the location has been given. The Galactic Federation of Worlds has straight away sent ships to find these last hybrids. There is a lot of hybrids, a lot. It's legions. You know, all the millions of abductees per year, well, all the breeding they have done through these abductees, men and women, and mostly women, well, there are hundreds of millions of these hybrids. It's huge. I don't think if everyone really realizes how enormous is this number of hybrids. So the operations of rescue started. The Galactic Federation of Worlds sent a large squad of ships and cargoes to retrieve all these hybrids, because the Keely Tokert told the Federation that there is a lot of entities to liberate. Where these ships are at the moment. So they were found behind or beyond the Trapezium Nebula's vortex, the famous vortex, the interdimensional vortex that even allows to access the void, a very special vortex. There are 3 in the galaxy. Well, these ships were behind the vortex in a parallel universe or dimension. So a contingent of key elite occurs accompanied the Galactic Federation of Worlds Rescue Operation Squad, I would say armada, as they knew exactly what they were about to find. The key elite occurred were well aware of these what these motherships, these cargo ships of hybrids contained. They knew. So what did they find? When they arrived, it's just fresh from a few days, Earth days. When they arrived, they just arrived. They found an armada of Nebu Grays cargo ships. The ships were originally guarded by Nebu Grays, especially Mintaka Aragorog Grails and Betelgeuse Ebans, especially. But since the Orion Queen was destroyed and the hive dismantled in 2021, well, these Grails and Ebans and all their little synthetic helpers had lost connection brutally to the Orion hive. And they were just lost in a parallel dimension, not able to come back or do anything. So and what the Federation, guided by the Kilito Kurt, found was corpses of Greys all over the place. Their avatars, their physical avatars were empty, but they were found lifeless and empty. Their mind was dissolved with, they couldn't find back the path to their universe and original hives. They were lost souls dissolved into the ether to source. So because the Grey crews were dead, the hybrids, many hybrids, unfortunately, had perished because by lack of life support, lack of maintenance. But about 2/3 of the whole were found alive, so 2/3. What they found exactly were cargoes with floors and levels of stasis pods filled with this blue gel and bodies inside incubating at different levels of development. Most of them were adults, and there was a lot of young ones. Unfortunately, many pods, by lack of maintenance, have just gone off, and the life in them has gone. But most of the 2/3, as Thorhan said, 2/3 of the pods are okay. And the team of rescue teams are at the moment taking care of retrieving. So they don't know yet if they are going to start an operation to unplug the pods one by one and put them into Federation cargo ships, the cargoes they brought, rescue cargoes, with the teams of medics acting directly there on the place, on the location. Will they do that? Will they do a transfer, or will they drag back the Greys cargoes into our dimension? Well, that includes risks, because we don't know what else these cargoes are carrying. So They may carry, viruses or any technology that can be harmful, like trap technology. So the Federation doesn't want for the moment to retrieve these cargoes, these Nebu cargoes, and it wasn't recommended by the Kili Tokurt. The Kili Tokurt have worked with the Nebu Grays. They were part of the alliance of the Six, so they know exactly what are the traps, what can the Federation face. So the Kili Tokurts are the guides on that operation, and it's a nice cooperation. But the Kili Tokurt will not be part of the Federation. I see, thoughts, but that could, Kili Tokurts are traders. They want to keep on doing their own business, and it's better like this. But this is an incredible cooperation. That's how it is at the moment. So it's now the discovery of these ships. The Thoran is not part of the operation, so I do not have any images to describe to you. I just describe what was Thoran learned, was given as information. Thoran is a high commander on board a battle station, so he's in charge of this battle station. Not in charge of it, but I mean, he works at the high command of this battle station, XL6. Is not in the higher instances of the Federation, so he just gets information and shares it with me. So that's the great news for the moment from the Orion Zone directly for Mission News. We have now news from the Steelfire Star Cluster. The negotiations with the Arek continue. As I explained in the previous Star Nation News, number 50, IA moved for a diplomatic mission to the Steelfire Star Cluster, where the Arek have their headquarters. IA joined a group of the Federation diplomats on a moon of the main planet of the Arek Empire. They don't consider them as an empire, rather as a civilization, to try to get the Arek to sign or agree to accords of non-interference in the zones of the whole galaxy that is under the surveillance of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. So these negotiations have not yet started because IA first is negotiating on behalf of the Anarch Empire with the Galactic Federation of Worlds to get the Federation to first sign an agreement with the Anarch Empire for a protection over all the other zones of the galaxy. It would be a mutual protection, although Anu doesn't need protection of the Federation. Anu is powerful enough, but it is like a symbolical exchange for balance. All agreements needs to be done in balance. The balance is the Anarch Empire would protect all the territories that the Federation manages in the galaxy, and in exchange, the Galactic Federation of Worlds will protect all the territories owned by the Anarch Empire. And that's a good deal because it's an assistance agreement. It's like in a global war, when one part is attacked, by agreements, everyone else is bound to come and help. So that's what is happening. The High Council of the Galactic Federation of Worlds is at the moment pondering this decision, and we will know soon. this agreement offered by Ea would maybe not be necessary if the Arek in the first place agreed to sign with the Federation only an agreement of non-interference, of non-ingerence in the Galactic Federation of Worlds zones, as the Arek have signed a long time ago with the Anarch Empire. So we will see what happens. At the moment, on that moon, the diplomat team from the Federation, Intergalactic Confederation, and Ea, they're waiting feedback, a return from the High Council of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. So there's a bit of time. They're discussing and waiting that the Galactic Federation of Worlds validates Ea's backup plan. On October 15, 2024, just a few days ago, Ea, who is in contact with me, decided to show me around the capital city of the Arek. He met the Arek government to introduce himself, but no negotiations have been going on. It was just a courtesy visit. So he showed me through his eyes the vision of the capital city of the Arek. It's incredible. It's actually beautiful. That day, it was a clear blue sky with yellow clouds, really weird, but that's how it is. That's their atmosphere. A big, vast, very futuristic city with a lot of large avenues, amazing, really large avenues with different levels. It's very interesting, levels for different types of vehicles. I didn't see anti-gravity vehicles floating, but just hovering above some lanes, different heights also for, and lanes for pedestrians. It was interesting. Trees, gardens. The buildings, I didn't see very high tower buildings like you would see on other planets. For instance, the Sirius B star system on Nyan, you have extremely high architecture. Not there. The buildings were, a lot of them were pyramidal, like this. And peaceful feeling. There was a peaceful feeling. I could see Arek individuals walking in the streets, wearing civilian clothes, very like Jedi-like style, very large and long sleeves and brown and light colors and a bit of blue and crossed like I have like this. The feeling was peace. Peace. The frequency was peace. They were very advanced civilization, the Arek. So although they are reptilians, they have come to a point in their civilizations where they have developed a certain type of spirituality and social behavior, social evolution, where they are a peaceful civilization, very powerful. So that's a contrast with the Arek. They have a peaceful civilization. They have abundant resources. They don't need to conquer territories, but because they are a very independent, powerful culture, you need to make sure that they're not going to want to attack anyone else. The Federation always takes a step in advance to prevent anything. Peace must be really set in stone, and then you're fine. That's the basement. Agreements of peace between all different empires, organizations, civilizations. You cannot run an amazingly huge organization, such as the Galactic Federation of Worlds, on taking chances. That's how it works. So we are looking forward to hear more news from the negotiations with the Arek. IA has good hope because the diplomats of the Federation were quite positive about IA's offer. So let's see, maybe IA will manage to get the Arek to sign these agreements themselves and no agreement will be required with the Federation. Let's see what comes. We are heading towards a bright future. The Grays, as we call the Nebu Grays, have been dismantled. They do not exist anymore. The Dominion do not exist anymore as an organization, as an empire since 2021. It's over. It's over, right? But you know, the Nebu Grays or the Orion Grays or Dominion is the same name for, different name for the same organization. They had prepared their way out. They have left on Earth a lot of their hybrids programmed with a lot of sex appeal, beauty, physical sexiness, all of this. And elocution to entice human to listen to them. They are programmed. They are usually young, beautiful people. It's like in the sci-fi movies, right? Young, beautiful people bringing men and women, bringing narratives that are bringing confusion. And these programs were run at the origin to facilitate the arrival of these hybrids that were on the ships in that other dimension to conquer Earth for good. They were hybrids, not Grays. Grays cannot really strive in our atmosphere. When they were there, they were mostly underground in their own atmospheres, but under the military bases, the dumps, which have all been cleared in 2022, were the last ones. So the hybrids are able to strive in our conditions on Earth. So that's why these hybrids, who were at the start connected to the Orion Queen hive, were meant to take over Earth. That's the lie perpetrated by these hybrids on Earth, the programmed persons, young persons. Grays are us from the future. If that invasion was to happen, it would have been the case. And that is scary when you think about it. So the Grays are not us from the future. Humans are humans. The future of Earth is human. So when you hear that narrative, the Grays are humans, Earthlings from the future, it's a lie. And these people are programmed and running the programming. They are convinced of it with themselves. They have nothing bad in them, but they are just running the programming until exhaustion. Also, these young persons may also carry the narratives of Jerusalem ship, Galactic Federation of Light, all of these things that don't exist and that have been invented by the Nebu Grays. It's okay, you know, we must have compassion for these people because they are souls who only want to be happy and only want to have a good life. They're just running a programming, and that's not their fault. That's how they have been manufactured. So the Grays are no more. There is no more danger. Even if they say Grays are us from the future, welcome the hybrid Grays, if they say that, and what? There's no more Nebu, and the potential hybrids that were planned, the armies and legions that the Grays had built, during many decades, during the 1950s, all these hundreds of millions of hybrids, even billion, I don't know the number yet. They've been found. They have just been found. And now neutralized, of course, and they are now going to be treated, and they're not a threat anymore. As long as we had the enigma, the mystery of where are they, we could a bit be worried. But not only they've been found, but the last Nebu crews that were there are all dead. So it's over. It's game over. The last bit is over. So we need to have compassion now for anyone who will still be fooled by these ancient programmings. The future of Earth is glorious, is bright, and you are all making it. By believing in you human, believe in the human. Human has the potential to be equal as Creator God, Creator Source. You are all Creator Source experiencing creation through you. So be proud of carrying the beacon of Creator. Be yourself a beacon of compassion. Compassion is the cement of the universe. It binds everything together and it creates. Be compassion. And you will see. You will change. You will become who you truly are. Everything around you will change with your frequency. And it will be a butterfly effect for the beautiful butterflies that you are. See you next week for new Star Nation news.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Donan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by StefZak.